We are here with Noah at PdMA. So Noah, tell us what you do for the company and tell us why you're here.
Sure. I am in charge of product development for the technology. Our technology is electric motor test equipment.
Okay.
We sell all over the world, but it focuses on the electrical reliability, specifically motor, stator windings, insulation, ground wall, rotor, air gap, a variety of fault zones that are going to affect the reliability and life expectancy of the motor.
Okay.
What I'm showing here just real fast is a variety of fault zones. These fault zones that I discussed are, you can see in this ocular chart, which is very interactive, from the rotor to the air gap to the power circuit. You know, each one of these fault zones has its own analysis. And so basically this gives a little bit of interactivity with the end user to sort of, as a dashboard, offer an overall reliability effort. Then we like to rely, of course, on still a human to get involved and give some type of overall condition code.
Okay.
So that's a 30,000 foot view.
So do you kind of customize this program to the specific needs of the customers?
Yes, for the most part, electric motors are pretty common across the industry. There's large DC motors, there's synchronous wound rotor. Every customer has its own, individual needs. From the motor and the software side, it's fairly neutral. We can design it almost the same for each one. Where it changes is the fault zone alarm set points, right? So certain industry require different alarm set points, and so we'll change those uniquely for the industry with their input only. So we start out with industry standards, then the alarms will change based on the customer's needs.
What is the one complaint or the most common complaint that you're hearing from end users today? And how do you help them solve these problems?
I would say there's two levels. From a management side, they have a lot of good technology, but they're not necessarily applying it efficiently. So a lot of people out there doing some testing, but they're not necessarily testing and analyzing, right? So how much data becomes too much big data, and so big data is a big word, and it's nice. But if there's too much of it, no one's looking at it, it's not worth a lot, right?
That's right.
So that's probably number one on the management side. On the technical side, it's environment. People are, a lot of these industrial facilities aren't the cleanest. You're not eating off the floor.
Right.
So given the industrial side of things, contamination is a big deal, and it's always a primary reduction in the reliability